Welcome back, everybody. This is NWW. Continuing the first round of the NWW Heavyweight Championship. Match number 3, we've got Jeff Cobb as the first entrant. And if you're not familiar with Mr. Athletic, let me pull up some of his information. Jeff Cobb out of Honolulu, Hawaii, is 5'10", 263, debuted in the world of professional wrestling back in 2009. If you were a fan of Lucha Underground like I was, he did wrestle on there, though he didn't wrestle as himself. But his character was much more of a monster heel, so he didn't get to do half of the stuff in the ring that he can actually do. And it looks like he's taking on Marty Scurll. And I'll let you guys know right now that 2K19 is really screwed up because I've noticed a couple of the faces that I've downloaded are a little different now. And Marty Scurll is one of them. That's why I've had to delete and re-download AR Fox. And I think I did the same thing for Kushida. And now I might have to do the same thing for Marty Scurll. It's getting pretty annoying that the custom images that I've downloaded for faces eventually end up getting screwed up somehow, but they'll still count as part of my image database. So I can't download more stuff. Like, look at his face. Like, honestly, part of me just wants to leave it regardless, because this is WWE2K19's fault. Like, I have not gone in and messed with the images. I have not screwed more with the downloads than I'm supposed to. And yet he looks like that for no reason. So it is a little tilting, to be completely honest with you. I'm very salty about it. But we are going to continue this matchup regardless. I'm sure there's still some Marty Scurll fans out there. I mean, in real life right now, he's got a little bit of heat on him, but I'm also kind of facing this on the time period in 2018 before this game was released. Marty Scurll was available. He might have wrestled for New Japan and Ring of Honor. I'm sure he did both of those around that time. And basically, he didn't wrestle for WWE. I know of him enough, I guess, to put him into this roster. So here he is. I haven't really ventured too much into Japanese stars, as I'm sure you've noticed from our rosters, but definitely something I might venture into. I would love to have Hiroshi Tanahashi, Tomoto Hiroshi, Kazuchika Okada, of course, and Tetsuya Naito, just to name 4 of them. I mean, there's guys like Minoru Suzuki and Bushi, who would be interesting as well, and Jay White. But I don't know if you'd consider him a Japanese wrestler. He's a guy who wrestles in Japan, kind of like Zack Sabre Jr. and Marty Scurll, who are both members of our roster, and Will Ospreay. Well, these two men fighting along the outside are useless commentators, who for some reason look a lot like the WWE commentators, are just being quiet and they're watching from their table. And Marty Scurll is trying to do something pretty dirty here to Jeff Cobb. So I apologize if I repeat myself, going through some details that have not really yet been clarified, or have been recently, and I don't remember clarifying them or not. So I was talking earlier about how I've made a second roster and how I've introduced new title belts. We are having these 2 separate 16-man tournaments to crown 2 different world champions. Now, the NWA World Heavyweight Championship will automatically be with Nick Aldis from the start, and they will probably only let certain people challenge for it. Like Cody Rhodes, definitely would be somebody I would let challenge for that title. But Cody Rhodes could also fight for the NWW Heavyweight Championship, which will be on the brand he's on, which is Flair. So therefore, you can kind of assume Cody Rhodes is going to be in this tournament. And I'm going to go ahead and confirm for you that he will be in this tournament. We will see him later in round 1. Here we are in match number 3. And I also might try to keep some sort of ranking system. I think that'd be pretty interesting. Like, so far, I would still say Kenny Omega is top of the mountain right now. He's the highest rated guy on the roster, and he's up 1-0 so far in NWW. Or it might be something I straight up just enforce at the start of, NWW's actual start. Now, these two have been back and forth a lot here in NWW. And I'm just going to remind all of our viewers at home, if you are not subscribed and have not hit a like yet, what are you doing with your life now? Huge backbreaker to Jeff Cobb. That's definitely one way to take down a man twice your size. Aiming for the back of the legs. But Jeff Cobb's not going to give up easily. That's for sure. Yes, so if you're Marty Scurll fan, I'm sorry, I might just be leaving him like this if he's the only one that looks different at this point. I know for a fact I've had to, like I said, delete and re-download AR Fox. That was annoying. But hopefully he looks good now. So the referee going for a pin count here, but no. Here's the 1 count. It looks like Marty Scurll can't get it on him. And from behind, look out. Big time suplex there from Jeff Cobb, going for the pin. Marty Scurll, in case you're interested. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter now, but I was going to say he's out of Cambridge, England, 5'9", 195. Debuted in 2005 for the world of pro wrestling. But Jeff Cobb picking up the win here tonight. And a little bit of a back and forth match, where Scurll actually had the upper hand for a little while there against the much bigger Jeff Cobb. But Cobb coming away with the victory. Yeah, Marty Scurll just looks like a totally different person, because his face is just so screwed up at this point. I guess we'll see what happens. Of course, I'd love to replace his face with a better one, but who knows if I'll actually get to that or not. Jeff Cobb advancing to round 2. Let's see who he's going to fight next. Congratulations to Mr. Athletic. I'm very much so looking forward to seeing what he can do here in NWW.